So we're here at North Kira Surf Club, the launch of a new Anker-Solix 50 kilowatt hour battery storage system installed by RESINC Solar. Anker-Solix, as you know, is an incredible brand. Such an amazing location as well here at North Kira. Absolutely beautiful day for it. There's a lot going on. So Chris, the program's gone live, we're super excited. I remember seeing you at the Smart Energy Council or the conference, and just prior to the election, about to announce the program, saying, look, we hope we get elected. If we do get elected, we're going to launch this campaign, and it has come true. It's just started. How are things going so far?
Well, stage two, but it's going real well. Clean Energy Regulator's done a great job getting ready. My department's done a great job getting ready. The sector's done a great job getting ready. There'll be little, issues to manage all the way through, but we're going to roll out at least 1.1 million home batteries and also community group batteries and small business batteries. So it's good for the consumer, good for the grid, good for the environment. Win, win, win.
With any consumers who are sitting back thinking, okay, they've launched a rebate program, but our battery's going to get any cheaper, what's your advice? Action now or?
Yeah, and look, it's a highly competitive market. So if you put a rebate on and it's a monopoly, short prices might go up. But with a highly competitive market, these guys are all competing with each other to get the business. So I'm not worried about that really. I think that'll the market will look after that. 30% rebate is flowing through. Plenty of evidence is flowing through, and it's all working well.
Any advice for installers and retailers out there as to what strategy they should put in play now?
Look, it's going to run till 2030, so we don't need to knock each other out. There's plenty of work for everyone. It's important that the consumer comes first. That I'll be watching that. We're in this together, but I want to make sure that the consumer's getting good products. I don't want overselling. Little old ladies with 50 kilowatt hour batteries being put in that they don't need. We've got to work together on all that, but I'm very confident the sector's a great sector, highly regulated, good people doing the right thing. We'll be fine.
Absolutely excited. Thank you so much.
No worries.
Good
on
Thank you.
Pleasure. Cheers.
So Andreas, another amazing installation featuring your technology. First and foremost, can you tell me about what's been installed?
So we installed two three-phase 12 kilowatt hour inverters with 50 kilowatt storage. Whereas is the biggest installation and parallel system in Australia right now, and the first one in Europe and Australia.
It's actually perfect for the location because your technology works incredibly well by ocean, with softness degradation being a primary component of your system, countering softness degradation, I should say. So for you, really, this must be like a dream installation.
It is the C5 Marine storage rating. It's the only one here in Australia for our batteries. We're so close to the ocean. It's the only one that could withstand these conditions. It's been a great job done by RESINC. They pulled a fantastic job the last 2 days to get these done. The Surf Club had already the system for a couple of years, and they just needed their storage to go with it.
Leigh Storr, CEO of RESINC. Another incredible installation. I've had a quick look inside there, saw the Energy Minister, managed to capture a couple of words with him as well, which is great. But first and foremost, can you tell me a little bit more about this project? Where did it originate from?
Yeah, so this is one of our passions as a company. It's helping community organisations like Surf Lifesaving. We've helped 25 surf clubs now install solar and batteries, mostly at zero cost to one of the clubs through supporting communities where we work. So this one today, we've already got a 30 kilowatt solar system on the roof of North Kira Surf Club, and we've proudly donated a 50 kilowatt battery today, in line with the cheaper home battery launch 1st of July. Today's 2nd of July. The system's just been turned on by the Energy Minister, Chris Bowen, and celebrating being able to collaborate there with subsidised batteries, courtesy of the government's initiative, with donations to community organisations. Ultimately, we're helping them save more money so that they can save more lives on their beaches that we offer.
Which is absolutely incredible. I'm just a lot of local, so I'm super grateful to you for actually supplying these guys with, with battery storage for those moments where they can't capture sunlight, and for those key areas as well in the evenings, early mornings. Saving lives is super important. These guys do an amazing job. In terms of the actual choice of Anker-Solix, why? I know the answer, but can you tell us why Anker-Solix?
So Anker's a fantastic product. It's amazingly robust, beautifully designed. But right here on the coast, this is the harshest conditions in Australia. We're literally 100 metres from the ocean front right here. And a lot of our surf clubs are right on the beach, literally on the sand. The Anker battery has C5M, which is marine, anti-corrosion rating. So it's warranted to install all the way up to within 50 metres of the actual water, indoors up to 300 metres setback from there, and then anywhere you like after.
So with a surf club, I wouldn't expect their consumption to be massively high, especially during the daytime, because really all they've got is lights, air conditioning, maybe bits and pieces. Evening, if they obviously are going to entertain, serve some meals, serve some beers, that could be where the consumption comes from. Do you know what rough percentage you can offset off their electricity bill with the technology installed?
Yeah, firstly, some of the surf clubs, you might be surprised at how much they do use. I'm always surprised when I see surf club bills, especially if they've got a restaurant or a cafe. They can be a lot of usage, especially during the day over summer. For a club like this, the system on the roof and the battery combination will offset majority of their power bills and be pretty self-sufficient from the grid. They've got that 50 kilowatts worth of storage when there's any major weather events, as we're seeing down in New South Wales at the moment, we've seen here recently, is that gives them 50 kilowatts of storage with their emergency power supply. And surf clubs and community organisations tend to become a bit of a hub for the community to gather around. So it means people can come down here if the area is blacked out, the local area, recharge their mobile devices, working with the club on that, and still have some power.
Not sure if you know the answer to this one, but how are surf clubs funded? Is it privately funded? Is it community support? Do they get any government handouts?
Yeah, there's a combination of all of the above. So from government grants and support to sponsors and fundraising activities, donations, and also memberships, cafes, restaurants, all of the above. They're pretty dynamic in serving the community, and they're a good organisation to look after for what they do.
Well, absolutely. I mean, by saving these guys an absolute fortune, in fact, thousands and thousands of dollars per year of their electricity bills, they can now reutilise that money saved into areas of where they can actually expand or grow or invest further into lifesaving.
Oh, completely. So we're helping surf clubs now. Our in-kind donations for surf clubs are totaling over $1 million now. They're saving over $300,000 a year combined in electricity bills, and that's money they don't have to raise just to keep the lights on. That's money every year, year on year, the next 25 plus years, going back into saving lives on our beaches and looking after the community.
Every time I see you, Leigh, I mean, you've always had a halo in my opinion, but you're starting to grow angel wings as well. So the amount of good you guys are giving back to the community, not just here in Queensland, but all over Australia, is absolutely phenomenal. What's next for RESINC? What would you like to see you achieve next?
Well, I think it's important. The communities in which you operate and work in as a business, when you look after your community and you give back to the community, is you get more opportunities as a business as well. So the more we do, the more opportunity we get, and then the more we do commercially as a business, the more we can give back to the community. So we're on a mission to make giving away solar profitable for us as a business, through exposure, through relationships, through good PR, and do that at an exponential level. Is keep on giving and see where that goes.
Well, the Cheaper Homes Battery, or the Cheaper Battery Homes Program, whatever order it comes in, is now live. For day 2, as Chris Bowen just told me. What are your thoughts about this program? I mean, first and foremost, getting hold of stock. Has that been a problem?
Getting hold of stock when there's a supply and demand challenge really comes down to relationships and time in the industry, planning and strategy. So there is sufficient stock for a lot of the uptake. There's a lot of stock on water, but there are pockets where there is no stock, and there's delays now through July, through August, through September. So what this really comes down to now is the relationships that you've crafted, curated, looked after over the last 10 years, as to how well you're supported by your wholesalers and manufacturers. So if you've done the right thing by them, if you've paid your bills on time, you've held great relationships, you do right by your customers and your community, your suppliers and manufacturers.
What other challenges do you see installers facing over the next few months? I know this program goes on until 2030, however it does drop down in value every single year to the end user, so really it's a case of getting it as fast as you possibly can. I mean, what other challenges exist for you guys?
For a company, it's going to be a very, very busy time, unprecedented demand. Our team here, the provisions battery, they were here for a 15-hour day yesterday. Couple breaks in between, they were here right through the 10 p.m. So being able to work on complex installations and situations, what we're going to see is whenever something is incentivized, is you get a lot of people coming into the market coming into the industry that may not have the necessary experience. So you've got to choose your install company. You've got to choose the right integrity in your operators so that you can get the right solution. Solar and especially batteries should be perfectly safe if high quality equipment is used and it's installed properly. So if there's corners cut in that process and there's underskilled, underexperienced people doing it, that don't have that care, you just got to be mindful of that, be careful.
But on the government's website, they highlight 2 key areas. One from an installation point of view, that you have to be SAA accredited, and the other from an equipment perspective, you have to be CC listed. Do you think that's enough?
I think that's a good start. I think it needs oversight and regulation, which there is. We need to make sure that gets exercised and done in a sort of speedy fashion. Like any industry and any product in the world, there's good operators and there's bad operators. And we're in an industry where the majority of people are doing the right thing, but there's a lot of people who just don't do the right thing. Same as with all industries. So when it sounds too good to be true, when it seems too cheap in comparison to others, it often is. We've got a saying in the industry that Australians seem to like buying solar twice. They buy it cheap and cheerful, and they've made a mistake, and it costs them a lot more in the long run.
No, completely. And we've seen the ups and downs of the solar roller coaster over the last 20 to 25 years. Final word for users out there, consumers. Should they wait or should they act now?
Definitely act now. We've got a very generous budget from the government. We've got 4 million homes installed with solar already, plus businesses. We've got over 300,000 homes a year that install new systems. If you look at the budget that's allocated, it's very generous, but it's a huge amount of demand. If just 10 to 20% of homeowners that already have solar want to install a battery, that's going to come close to allocating that budget. We get in now, speak to a company like RESINC Solar. We've got a fantastic proactive customer service team where we look after you not just until the panels are on the roof and the battery's installed, but for the next 10, 15, 25 years journey as a customer. There, every step of the way.
Awesome, mate. Well, congratulations on this. Absolutely fantastic. Another incredible job by RESINC. And I can't wait to see what you guys do next.
Thank you. Great to see you again as always.
Likewise.